The other team was comparing Payton to Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, I think it's, I don't know, it depends on if you're a Steelers fan or not.
I hate the Steelers, and I think Ben Roethlisberger's a terrible player.
Me
and
too.
an even worse person.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Warrior Cup represents every single student who makes up Westside Community Schools. Warrior Cup helps you to channel your inner him and know that we can be all great at something. There's a little bit of Warrior Cup in everyone. Make sure to follow Warrior Cup on Twitter at Warrior Cup and follow Promotion66 on Twitter at 66 Promotions. And tag us with the hashtag Freaky Fast Warrior Cup. Go Jerry John!
We're back here on Warrior Television. It's been an interesting night to say the least. But we're back here. Westside is up 21-7 at half, up against Lincoln East. We've had a lot of technical difficulties tonight. This probably would have been easily our worst night of the year. Again, would like to apologize for that. We're about a minute away from starting off this second half. And Kade, I mean, Westside has really not played to their original game, even though they're up 14.
I mean, yeah, it's really been just those huge passes that Lincoln East has been able to do. Those few scramble plays that have resulted in just those big chunks of yardage that the Warriors should have not let happen. Those missed tackles in the back, those untimely tackles, those missed tackles on the catch as well, leading to that, as you saw, that first Lincoln East touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, we saw earlier, I'm not sure if it was on there on one of the earlier videos, but I mean, it's been back and forth. A couple of missed tackles from Jack Wimmer as well as a couple other guys resulted in a touchdown for Lincoln East. Lincoln East tried to drive it down the field right at halftime. Had a pass that was caught just at the 1 yard line with 3 seconds left to go. Tried to punch it in instead of going for the field goal, which makes a total sense looking at a coach's perspective. But they're unable to do it. 2 Westside defenders ran through the offensive line and stopped them with no time left. That means it's a 21-7 game. Lincoln East will receive the second half kickoff.
Well, 30 seconds left in the Kearney and Bellevue West game. Bellevue West driving at the 8 yard line, down 6.
I think, as you guys heard here, Bell West is trying to come out with just under 10 seconds left to go down at Bell West. The Thunderbeat has that game covered. You guys would like to watch that real quick. Kearney looking to survive up against Bell West. Bell West has really played down to their opponent, and Kearney destroyed them earlier this season. So did Westside, but I mean, Kearney, what a game they've had, 4-4 this season, and what upset it would be if Kearney can pull it off. Back and forth.
I mean, if Kearney pulls this game and they win it, all I'm saying, you can hear me right now, Kearney for the state champions this year.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally get you there. You can easily get, behind the Bearcat train going here. But, I mean, this is a really important game for the Warriors. I mean, Lincoln East has really been able to push back some weaknesses that we haven't really seen from the Warriors this season. And, I mean, it's really been a lackluster offensive game. I mean, it's weird to say that they've scored 21 points. And from a commentator's perspective and a fan's perspective overall, it's been a rough game for what you want to see from Freund. I mean, he's really not liked the way his secondary has worked tonight. Multiple pass interference calls, multiple hands in the face and face mask calls from his defense, and some really, uncharacteristic mistakes that these Warriors have been able to put together. Bell West does score at the end zone. We're going to see if they're able to put the PAT up as time expires. Makes it 33-33. The PAT would make it a win for Bell West. What a game we're going to see over there. Bell West can survive. But again, here, Westside going up against Lincoln East. Number 2 and number 7 matchup. But I mean, it's really interesting all throughout Class A. Really back and forth. I mean, a lot of games we're going to see Lincoln Southeast going up against Elkhorn South down there. Back and forth. Looks like Bell West went over for the field goal, and an uncharacteristic field goal attempt was ungood, and they're going to go to overtime down over at Bell West. Goodness gracious, can we have any more fun quarterfinal matchups?
Practically this whole night for everybody involved in the East Corner Finals have just been weird. Already going to overtime with Bellevue West, as we just stated. Westside not having a good defensive game, something that they've been able to have pretty good games all throughout the season. Just a weird night for everybody.
I mean, all throughout Class A. I mean, last year we talked about a lot of parity. Last year we talked about a lot of parity in Class A. We talked about a lot of opportunities for some upsets and some back and forth. We saw it a lot last year, but this year, I mean, really going into this, we really saw the top 2 teams being somewhat as the overall favorites to crush their way through into the state championship. Lincoln East is making it scary here, and Kearney is taking a Bell West to overtime down in Bellevue. Tristan Alvano with a squib kick to start it off here in this second half. And Lincoln East will start it off at just about their 40-yard line. The return was on Trevor Henriksen.
From the 38-yard line.
11:58 here in this third quarter. Early started off. Again, want to apologize for some technical difficulties we've been having these last couple weeks, especially tonight. It's really been a rough one. We really want to give you guys all these best game. Noah Walters has had a game once again. Offset eye once again. He's going to come out to the right side. Get a little flare up across the middle. Springer is going to make a play of it and get to the first down.
Well, Radisha with a little help from his friends brings down
Lincoln
Springer.
East really just getting
And
those
it is enough
those
for a
little
first
feints,
down
those little
for the
spins on the Warriors defense. Warriors are anticipating too much. They're not really reacting.
I mean, back and forth, we talked about that. Like, we saw in that Miller North game. I mean, Miller North is a really, moving back and forth. Same with Aquinas. I mean, they're really, a run-styled offense. Well, they're really a counter offense. They're really, brisk, redirections back and forth. But here, Lincoln East has been able to do the same thing just in the passing game, and it's really been able to push off these Warriors defenders. Tommy Connolly unable to get a strong grip there. But Greason will get a catch, and it'll be about 2nd and 2. So check that, 2nd and 1. Another continuous gain for these Spartans. They just continue to keep it going.
The momentum is practically all on their side at the moment. I mean, mind you, it's just been them in this half. But going into the from the end of the last half, they've had all the momentum.
No, Walters able to get away from it. Looks like there might be a holding call. Throw across the middle is
pass intended for Schneider.
Incomplete to Schneider. We'll see if there is a holding call. Looks like there was some push around up at the line. But on both sides, I mean, neither quarterback has really been comfortable tonight. Cole Payton's been using it more with his feet. I don't think either of us really expected, or really anybody here really expected, the foot ability, or the speed of Noah Walters. Looks like it was a flag on the defense.
You got a 5-yard face mask, 51 on the defense. That's 5 yards, complete the spot. That'll be a first down.
Number 51. Kade Haberman, he has not had a good game.
Yeah, I mean, it's his second. I mean, it's his second face mask of the night. We saw that earlier when they were on defense working around. Walters will try to keep it going. Another slant route out across the middle. Another missed tackle. Greason will work it back around. Try to put back a couple more. Well, goodness gracious, this Warriors secondary, a lot of missed tackles, a lot of little mistakes that front cannot be happy with, especially coming out of half. 11:08 left to go here in this third quarter.
So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Spartans. As Kearney and Bellevue West go into overtime.
Look at East charging downfield on the 20. Something you don't really see from the Warriors defense, letting up big plays like this. See it happen maybe once a game, but this entire game, Lincoln East just been on top of this defense.
Another little floater right out of the outside. Nobody in the corner. See if they get in the end zone, and it'll be in. Hunter M., usually the leading rusher on this team, goes out on a wheel route. And Lincoln East is within one score. 10:44 left to go here in the third quarter. And like we've been saying it so much, the redirection back and forth. I mean, Westside, has been really able to work against the run game. But something about this offense from Coach Gringer of Lincoln East. And PAT is blocked, so we'll be an 8-point game.
And the block field will go.
Looks like that was Tommy Connolly working on the outside, able to make up for some of those
So 10:44 to go here in the third.
missed completions, or missed tackles earlier, excuse me. Been a rough night on both sides, I'll totally understand here. 21-13, 8-point game. What a fun night of matches we've had here in Class A. Warriors, Freund is livid over on that sideline. He is rubbing into a couple guys over there. This Warriors team has really not played to their normal potential. I mean, granted, Lincoln East is one of their top opponents they've faced so far this season. But, I mean, these Warriors have really struggled on both sides of the ball, making a lot of small mistakes.
I mean, the thing is, Lincoln East is kind of one of a more rare team in Nebraska. A lot of teams focus on that run game, a style that the Warriors defense has gone accustomed to. Lots of players running, lots of short yardage. The thing is, staying wide for this Lincoln East team. That's what's killing the Warriors.
Yeah, we've seen that sometimes. A couple big plays from Grand Island, a couple big plays from St. Thomas Aquinas, in some other games this season have really been when their offense has been spread out wide. And I mean, Lincoln East does that the entire night. Kobe Brett is going to bring it back, work up across the middle, going to cut out to the outside. He gets an open hole, past the punter, trying to get past one defender, cut it to the outside, trying to get one past the defender to the corner, and it'll be in.
Longer than 2020 election. It is
Kobe Brett, 85 yards down the field. What a play. Cut straight up the field. The momentum is back on that Warrior sideline. Cole Payton running around in the backfield on that sideline. What a play by Kobe Brett. We don't really see that speed side of him. I mean, he's always that safety kind of lurking defender. But Kobe Brett gonna work it right back to a 2-score game. PAT is up and good. 10:31 left to go here in this third quarter. Great back and forth win play for the Warriors. Now, Brett has been somewhat quiet from the passing game tonight. We've been talking about it a lot. I mean, it's really been an uncharacteristic night for the offense, but when you got an opportunity on special teams like that, I mean, you can't complain much.
Back team for the Spartans will be number 6 Adams, number 10 McRae. Awaiting the kickoff from Tristan Alvano.
Alvano will kick it away. McRae back deep for Lincoln East. 10:31 left to go here in this third quarter. And thank you guys for sticking around here. I know we had a lot of back and forth throughout tonight.
21-10.
Bell West going back and forth, still in overtime. Once we get an update over there, we will give it to you. 28-13 in favor of the Warriors here. Alvano taking some time to kick it away, and they'll start it off. This third quarter for both teams has been strong. I think a lot of things we're going to see here in the second half. Going down to the wire, especially in this big game, as Alvano kicks it away. Another line drive kick up the middle. Ball is bobbled back and forth. Going to cut out to the outside. Van Meter gets just about stuffed. Looks like forward progress will bring him about to the 22-yard line, and that's where Lincoln East will start. I mean, with that, both sides have really been strong on the offensive side of the ball to start this third quarter. Of course, we've only seen, I guess a drive and a play, if it's the right word to say.
In their overtime game.
But back and forth, Lincoln East is making it a little bit too uncomfortable for these Warriors. But I think we're going to see a lot of man coverage from Lincoln East. They usually work at 4-3 with some man options on that third and fourth down opportunities. And Tommy Connolly unable to get truly a good tackle over the sidelines, able to push him out. Carter Glenn once again. He's really been a big story for these Lincoln East Spartans. He's out for half the season due to some, like we said earlier, torn labrum issue. We're just going to work away from it, going to push away surgery up until after his basketball season, which is a ways away, especially when you're playing a game, multiple games that are pretty big contact sports. Trips out to the left side. Walters in the shotgun once again, trying to make something going. Short pass, not opportunity, up across the middle. Almost an interception, is tipped up. Update from Bellevue West and Kearney. I really don't know how to say this. Kearney has upset Bell West. Down in Bellevue West, the #1 team in the state has gone down. Kearney, now 5-4, will play the team Lincoln Southeast or Elkhorn South. And I mean, Bellevue West being out of this early, I don't really know what to say. I mean, how to explain that? I cannot expect that at all.
I mean, this is going to be just a little bit more motivation for this Warriors team. As I said earlier, they really wanted Bellevue West, but knowing that one of the best teams in the state of Nebraska is out, that's a huge motivator for them to get even better in these next coming weeks.
And we've seen it again right there. You can't have exactly what happened right there. Another missed tackle. Looks like it's going to be a 4th down. Looks like they weren't able to stretch it quite out. It's going to be a 4th and 1. But, I mean, made an opportunity. I mean, Tommy Connolly unable to get a good wrap up there. I mean, this entire Warriors secondary has really struggled to wrap up these Lincoln East offenders. Looks like Lincoln East is going to punt it away. A 4th and 1 at their own 34. Isn't totally out of the question to go for it. But looks like Kobe Bretz is back deep. It's usually been Avante Dickerson, but we're going to see Bretz here. 4th and 1, 9:30 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Blitz is coming. Wasn't able to block it away. Bretz is going to take it at about the 32. He's going to come back up the field, make a man miss. Come back to the outside. One man cut it, so it's again, breaks his ankles. He's going to try to go. Only the punter to beat, trying to get to the sideline. Will he get in? Dives down about the 4-yard line. Kobe Bretz once again. The special teams has been carrying this Warriors offense. And they're once again in the red zone. 9:09 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kobe Bretz, 2 plays, 2 runs.
Kearney 41, Bellevue West 40.
Lots of cheering here at Fells Field as they learn the news of Kearney taking down Bell West. It's still shocking to hear that kind of game. 3 out wide, to the right. Another option up the middle. Cole Payton's going to try to get to the outside, try to dive into the end zone. Flag is down. Looks like it might have been either a blocking back or a hold. We'll see what the call is. Nonetheless, it's not going to be a touchdown. Was a hold on the defense. We'll see who that was on. It might have been a Will Hurtado on the outside or one of the wide receivers.
Holding, 65 offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, repeat 1st down.
Jack James with the hold on the offensive line. Has worked at the center position a lot of this year. Has been working at a little bit of a left tackle, but that works the Warriors back. Going to make it a 1st and goal at the 15. Cole Payton back deep by himself. Going to be a QB draw. Great spin to the outside. What a great move. You're trying to get to the corner. Work pass into the end zone. A Lincoln East defender is on the ground. Looks like he's hurt. But goodness gracious, Cole Payton. 3 guys on him. And jukes them all. Cuts the outside. I don't even know how he had a hole.
Officials timeout.
Gonna be officials timeout here. Of course, all these fans over here at Lincoln East unable to say either way if they put some words not exactly what we want to come on here. Understand this is what we have set up here once again. With the touchdown, what a play by Cole Payton if we want to recap that. 34-13, PAT will make it 35. Still want to update you, whoever the player is on the field down hurt. Weren't quite able to see what the injury might have been, but he's been down on the ground for a while. Hope he is okay. Hasn't been able to get back up at his feet. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll get to the PAT. Hopefully, once we get this player's name, when we come back, hopefully we'll be able to get back on his own feet. Hoping for the best. We'll be back here on Warrior Television. 8:57 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. 34-13 Westside. 34-13 in favor of the Warriors. PAT would make it 35-13. We saw Brennan McLaughlin was the player hurt for Lincoln East, but what an amazing play from Cole Payton back and forth. On the bench here, looks like he's able to get back up on his own feet, taking some deep breaths. He'll most likely be all right. 35-13 in favor of the Warriors. And two big special teams plays by Kobe Bretz. A kick return for a touchdown and a punt return for a touchdown on back-to-back drives. Made it a little bit more distance. Cole Payton then comes back. Or excuse me, the punt return was back to about the 5-yard line. I think Cole Payton was able to punch it in on that great run. Broke a couple guys' ankles.
Awaiting the kickoff again from Tristan Elvano.
Payton tonight has rushed for 59 yards and 2 touchdowns, including that one. And Westside has pulled out to somewhat of a commanding lead. We saw in that first half, I mean, this Warriors defense has really struggled up against this Lincoln East offense as compared to their usual standard. Going back and forth, I mean, it's going to be a great matchup to see if the Warriors, if they win this game, who they would go up against next week, and overall how this Class A system is going to work. Another squib kick. McCray is going to try to go past a couple defenders. Missed tackle. They cut out to the outside. 2-man deep. Alvano's the only man back. Trying to get on the corner. Nothing there. Cedric Haywood won't be able to get him. The Kendrick McCray back and forth the special teams game. How important it's been. 85 yards down the field. McCray brings them back closer into this ball game. It's a 2-score game. PAT would make it a 15-point game. Of course, we saw that miss PAT just a little bit ago. But back and forth these teams have went. And this has been an exciting one.
On for the point after.
Coleman, another Lincoln East lineman, is going to come on late. Kellen Gore with the PAT attempt. Rush to the outside. Jack Warren was unable to get there. PAT is up and through. 35-20 on an 85-yard kick return down the field by DeKendrick McCray. And Lincoln East has answered once again and has put these Warriors on their heels. 8:45 left to go here in this third quarter. I mean, Kade, back and forth this game has gone. It's really been sloppy on both sides. I mean, if going into this game, you would say that the special teams, really is the biggest factor in this one. I mean, I wouldn't really know what to say. I mean, what about you?
I mean, I really wouldn't know what to do either. I mean, usually you expect Avante Dickerson to be back taking those kicks, being able to take it like big yardage as he did at the start of the game. But since the second half has started, Kobe Bretz has been taking them.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be some kind of coaching material towards Freund. I mean, we're not sure. I mean, we believe Avante Dickerson is fine, working back and forth. We haven't truly seen an offensive drive from the Warriors with these back and forth kick attempts. The Lincoln East will do a live drive kick straight to Kobe Bretz. Maybe not the greatest decision. You're going to cut out to the outside. Kobe Bretz once again will get past another defender. Flag is going to be down. Possibly could be a holding call on the Warriors. Looks like that's what the Whitecaps wants to see, and it will be. Once again, the penalties have really been destroying a lot of momentum for these Warriors tonight. Lincoln East has really been able to capitalize on when they need to.
Return team, 10-yard penalty, first down, Westside.
I mean, penalties have been the story for a lot of the troubles ever since the season started for Westside. Before the game, I looked up a few stats, and up until before this game, there have been 19 defensive penalties given up by the Warriors. 6 have been 5 yards or less. That means 13 penalties have been 10 yards or over, with a total of 205 yards.
Sheesh. I mean the penalties. I mean overall in the season. I mean that's a great numbers if you want to see a whole season perspective. But I mean tonight it's been really rough for these Warriors. Cole Payton, another flag down. Looks like it might be another pulling penalty, but Cole Payton is going to go nowhere with his sack. Looks like Quentin Adams was on that sack up the middle. Cole Payton has really been flustered here tonight in the pocket. He's really been thrown around. We're talking to a lot of the Westside coaches before the game, and it really wasn't seeming like they were way overshoot motivated or looking into next week. They really wanted to look to this win. Really wanted to look at this game. Looks like it was going to be a false start on the offense. Not sure why they didn't call it dead right away.
Illegal procedure on the offense. Substitute did not come inside the numbers before the snap. 5-yard penalty. First down.
I mean, another penalty here tonight. It's back and forth. I mean, Freund, as you see on the sideline, is livid with his offense. I mean, they've really just not been able to get in a good mood throughout this game.
Games like this should have normally costed a very good team like Westside. Last year, you saw it in the state final. They weren't able to capitalize on a lot of things.
Cole Payton doing what he does best. Gonna get out to the sideline. No one gonna beat him. Goodness gracious, Cole Payton once again to the end zone. No flags down. 90-yard touchdown down the field. About 8:10 left to go here in this third quarter. Clock seems to be resuming for some reason. But Cole Payton down the sideline once again, able to make up for the mistake in the last play on the offense. And I mean, that's the reason this Warriors team is able to do what they can do best. I mean, back and forth, you'll have one guy like Kobe Bretz or another D1 commit in Cole Payton there with a big run.
Clock, please. 8:09.
Yeah, refs will get that one right back. Looks like the clock has been a little bit of an issue here tonight, back and forth. And we talked about it. I mean, the Warriors 85 penalty yards tonight, the most they've had all season up against any opponent. But I mean, a 22-point lead here in the third quarter has to be great for them. I mean, with that 90-yard rush, 149 yards total rushing for Cole Payton tonight. And I mean, looking at the score, for a lot of guys, this is a blowout. For a lot of guys back and forth, it's a blowout. I mean, throughout this entire game, this game hasn't been comfortable.
No, not at all. They're especially in just the start of this third quarter, there have been 5 touchdowns scored. 5 in 4 minutes. I was gonna say something earlier. 2 touchdowns in a minute and a half. You don't see that very often. 5 touchdowns in 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, back and forth. I mean, the tempo has been so important for both of these teams in so many instances. I mean, the Warriors, of course, have been the high-tempo offense all season. They've been a versatile offense. They've been working back and forth. They really worked well on forcing the defense's hand and being able to force the defense off balance. But, I mean, Lincoln East has been able to do somewhat decent going up against Cole Payton. But some big plays that this Lincoln East team has led up tonight has really been the dagger in the heart. Tristan Alvano won't be kicking this one. Looks like it'll be Marty Mormino to kick. 8:09 left to go here in this third quarter. 42-20 in favor of Westside. Of course, they'll go on to the winner here will go on to face Millard South or Creighton Prep. Long kick to just about the 1-yard line. We'll see Schneider come back, try to cut up the middle. Another missed tackle, but it will get dropped down at about the 21.5-yard line. Been a lot of kicks, not a lot of big opportunities for long kicks. I mean, it's been a windy night here at Phelps Field.
Really, the only kick that's had an issue was that first kick by Tristan Alvano going out at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and that's not really where the wind has been moving back and forth. We saw it going about
21.5 yards.
Southeast a little bit early in the start of the game. It's been more working northeast so far right now. But we saw that at the beginning of that game. I mean, that was easily a factor. Another bunch set up in the middle. Walter's going to take it himself, looking for a drag route out the outside. Nobody's going to see him. Try to go once again. Almost picked off. But that one will get dropped down once again. Good coverage on that outside. Looks like it was Jackson McIntyre on the coverage.
It was almost an amazing catch by Grant Springer as well. On the ground, nearly able to make that. It would have been a very impressive play, giving momentum back to Lincoln East.
For the Spartans.
I mean, it's really, like we said, I mean, it's really been a story of momentum going back and forth and back and forth. I mean, neither team has really had, you know, their whole foot on the gas. Another screen pass once again for Norwell Walters. Glenn will gain about 3, and it'll be just about a 3rd and 7. So you check that, it's going to be a 3rd and 5. 7:36 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Warriors trying to keep their distance from these Spartans. Just tuning into us. We've had some technical difficulties tonight. Haven't been able to get you guys everything. We understand. 3rd down, another slant pass out of the outside. Glenn going to try to get to the 1st down. He doesn't look like. We'll see if he made it. He was close. We'll see where the line marker will spot him. Conley on the tackle, but it'll make it a 4th and 2. Well, 7:03 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Looks like they might be able to bring out. They'll bring out the offense here. We'll see if they want to call a timeout. And Lincoln East and Coach Gringer will. 42-20 in favor of the Warriors. We're going to take a quick break. Lincoln East is going to look to see if they want to go on to 4th down and 2 when we come back. Fourth down attempt, pass across the middle will be a 1st down for the Spartans. Unable to get any coverage. Looks like McIntyre was another one on the tackle. Another man coverage opportunity. Leave the man in the slot available.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
6:46 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Warriors have been able to distance their lead from the Spartans. But no Walters in this Spartan offense is looking to keep their season alive. Rush looks like it's coming on a blitz. Cut out the outside, throw across the middle. Will be caught for about a gain of 8. Tommy Connolly on the coverage, unable to do anything there. And we've been seeing this a lot of throughout this game. You know, a lot of misredirections, a lot of, miscommunication on that defensive side of the Warriors. And it's not something we've seen at all so far this season. Maybe 2 out wide to the near side. 1 out wide to the near side. 3 trips over at the right. Walters fakes a pass. TJ Ingram trying to get to the back of him, won't be able to get there. Throw out of the outside. 2-3 triple coverage. And Avante Dickerson makes the interception. They come down the sideline. Flag is thrown. Another late hit at the outside. It'll be 2 flags and some more hitting going on. Some recreational activity you don't want to see. Lincoln East offense cannot be happy once again. Another couple flags fly. Some John going on between these 2 teams. Monte Dickerson, I mean, Noah Walters, not a great throw, to say the least, in triple coverage. I mean, had to get it out quickly. We saw TJ Ingram on his back. But Avante Dickerson shows why he is a D1 defensive back commit. Makes a great jump catch.
That's only his 3rd interception of the year, if I am correct.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really seen him much. We saw him in that Norfolk game, had a couple opportunities. I mean, he's really not been, they got to have a lot of interceptions. We'll see what the flags are here as the Whitecaps fell off back and forth.
A live ball foul, followed by 2 dead ball fouls. After the interception, illegal block in the back on the defense. That'll be 10 yards. After that, we got personal foul, unnecessary roughness on Lincoln East. We got personal foul on sportsmanlike conduct on Westside. Those will be enforced in the order they occurred.
Back and forth fouls there. Looks like it'll move Westside back. Some John going on. Saw some of the white cap fall off. We saw some extracurricular activities with some guys on the sidelines. Like in the Lincoln East wide receiver was working a little bit with Kobe Brett. Nonetheless, it's a Warrior ball once again with 5:47 left to go here in this third quarter. The Warriors, I mean, a touchdown here, I could say could very possibly ice it here in this third quarter. There's a lot of time left, and you never know what can happen. We've seen a lot of games here. We've seen, Millard West, Creighton Prep play here. A 26-point deficit. Creighton Prep was able to come back to it. It's not possible, but or it's not impossible, excuse me. But a Westside touchdown here would really, put this game close to out of reach.
I mean, if Westside is able to make plays like that last one, minus the foul calls.
During return, block in the back. On the return team, we had penalties enforced. We had dead ball, personal foul, 55 white, and dead ball, unsportsmanlike, 51 red. Those penalties were all set. First down.
Some confusing back and forth. Looks like there might have been either another 3 penalties there. And Westside will start it off on their drive at the Lincoln East 42.
So it's going to be first and 10 from the 42-yard line.
I formation for the Warriors. Going to run out the middle for Dominic Reese. Gets a big hole. Going to cut out to the outside. One defender trying to get to the corner. He's trying to get to the end zone. Won't be tripped up. And will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Dominic Rezac. 42 yards down the sideline. And this Lincoln East defense, looked somewhat defeated on that play. Dominic Rezac able to open up the holes. That offensive line did a great job up across the middle. And Rezac brings it home for the touchdown.
Rezac had a lot of help on that play, too. If you saw it, Grant Guyette with the excellent block, stopping that.
PAT is up and good. 49-20 in favor of the Warriors. 5:38 left to go here in this third quarter. Rezac, having another special night like he's had all season. Another night over 100 yards, 127 yards so far here tonight. Westside, a 29-point lead with 5:38 left to go here in this third quarter. There's still a lot of time left in this game, but Lincoln East has really struggled in this second half. We've seen a lot of penalties back and forth. We've seen a lot of sloppy play overall from both sides. But Westside, the athletic ability that these guys have, when you add Kobe Brett's, kick return and punt return, the athletes on this team have really just been able to carry this team, especially out of situations they don't really want to be in. Mortamino once again is going to kick it away. 2 back deep for Lincoln East. Stevenson will pick it up about the 25-yard line. Get past one defender, will trip down. Another flag is thrown. That's been somewhat of the story of tonight. Flags flying on both sides. Some John once again.
You might say that the penalty flags are holding the game up a little bit.
During return,
Yeah, this game would have been
on the return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
another penalty for Lincoln East. They're going to move it back. Overall, the penalties have been just moving back and forth these teams. The Warriors, for the first time tonight, have 100 total penalty yards on 11 total penalties.
Hey, the Warriors got to be the best at everything, don't they?
I guess that's the way to put it.
From the 10.
The 3-4 option. Spy back deep, throw out to the outside is nowhere close. Avante Dickerson was on the coverage, unable to get to that one. 5:30 left to go here in this third quarter. I'd like to thank everybody for sticking around tonight. It's been some difficulties back and forth with some tech problems like we've seen this last couple weeks, but it's been really great to be able to put this game together and really get us set up for the second half. Lincoln East struggling to get anything going late here in this third quarter. I mean, it's just been a game of momentum here, really, truly, just the third quarter. It looks like the blitz might be coming. Spy will go back deep. Another slant pass out the outside, and a great tackle on the left side of the field by Kobe Brett. And that's something that surprisingly, a hit like that isn't really something we've seen a lot tonight, especially from the safety position. But a lot of missed tackles for these Warriors.
It's third down.
Gonna make it a 3rd and 10. Lincoln East needs something going here. Walters steps back once again, looking for a long post right up the middle. He's gonna have to scramble back, scramble drill across the sideline, and try to float it up to out the outside. Was caught to the outside. Carter Glenn to get a run down to the end zone. What a play! Carter Glenn, 90 yards down the field. There's a flag on the field. This one looks like it's going to come back. We'll see what the flag is on.
I'm going to say it again because I thought it was funny the first time. These flags are really holding up the game.
I don't really know if there's a better way to explain this game so far than that quote right there. Ref's still looking to get what exactly that play was on. We'll see what the Whitecap says.
Illegal forward pass on the offense. The quarterback had crossed the line of scrimmage. That's 5 yards to the spot of the foul. Lost it down.
I guess we weren't quite paying too much attention. Another flag will be thrown. Looks like some John back and forth once again. Looks like there might be an unsportsmanlike penalty once again.
You got a legal forward pass on the quarterback. 5 yards to the spot of the foul. Lost it down. We got dead ball. Sideline warning on Lincoln East.
Lincoln East fans not happy over here on this sideline with that call. Coach Ringer was not happy in the slightest with that one. Of course, the chains are not on this side. It's a little hard to be able to tell exactly where he was able to get that ball thrown off. Of course, with that loss it down, it's going to make it a 4th and 9 from the spot of the foul, of course, which I would think would be the line of scrimmage. A little bit confusing there. It was a 3rd and 10. Going to make it a 4th and 9. Apparently a 5-yard penalty on the line of gain. We'll go with it there. Kobe Brett's back deep. We'll see if he can make another one. They're not even going to try to punt to him. Kobe Brett's will let it go out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. And that's where the Warriors will start it off with 4:32 left to go here in this third quarter. We'll be right back on Warrior Television.
From the 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
Another I formation. Looks like Colby Brown has checked into the ball game for the Warriors. Going to run up to the outside. Avante Dickerson to take on the jet sweep. Try to cut it past a couple defenders. And will gain about 2 yards.
Colby Brown with the handoff to Avante Dickerson.
One more touch, it would push the game
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
into running clock. 35-plus point deficit for any team in Nebraska sports. Or in Nebraska football, my apologies. That equates to a running clock for the rest of the game until they go back down, until they go 34 points or under.
Offside eye once again. Colby Brown going to hand it off to Dominic Rizak. He's going to get about 2 yards and will make it 3rd down.
And
Rizak, oh goodness, looks like he might be hurt, limping a little bit coming off that hit.
For the Warriors.
See if they want to keep him running it for the Warriors. Steps back up here, look like it'll be fine. 3:33 left to go here in the third quarter. I mean, at the end of that first half, I mean, you could see the Warriors needed a bounce back of momentum. I mean, what a momentum swing they've had here in this second half. Cole Payton, another screen right out of the outside. Avante Dickerson to try to get the corner. Will get a first down.
And Dickerson again.
And the Warriors will keep the chains moving. Inching about 8 yards from the red zone.
But it's enough for a Warrior.
Now this third quarter has taken a while. Still 3:14 left to go here in this third quarter. Looks like there might be an injury timeout here for a second.
It's unfortunate.
AJC's. Yeah, sorry with that. I mean, AJC's gonna walk to the sideline. A lot of injuries back and forth. And either way, I mean, especially to end out this season for possibly one of these teams, either whoever, you know, falls in this ball game, could be hard for whoever's gonna go next season. Bad snap. Colby Brown is just gonna be able to fall on it. And it'll push it back to a long second down opportunity.
Second and 19 from the 36-yard line.
Warriors just making it interesting with that play. I want to keep the ball game going as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean, you could possibly see Cole Payton maybe going another couple 45 yards. Colby Brown going to be in, has a really, you know, strong opportunity with his arm. Really known for his pocket passing ability. 3 out wide to the right, slant up across the middle. Colby Brown going to try to get out to the outside, try to throw something up to a flare. Is caught. We'll see if he got a foot down. Looks like he is out of bounds. Avante Dickerson, a great snag on the sideline, but was pushed out of bounds.
I mean, but you really can't underrate that pass. Being able to not really break out of 2 tackles, I should say, but being able to avoid 2 tackles, getting the ball out, it was a very excellent throw by number 14.
Yeah, I mean, Colby Brown is somewhat of the future of this Warriors offense. Will be the play caller next year once Cole Payton is to North Dakota State. And I guess one of the criticisms that a lot of people have been seeing is his versatile ability that, you know, Cole Payton has been able to have this year. And right there, it showed another low snap. Colby Brown just going to have to fall on it. It's going to make it a 4th down. Made it about a 4th and 22, 23. But a lot of low snaps.
So it's going to be 4th down.
The punting team will come
The
on.
Warriors now bring on the punting unit.
2:14 and counting left to go here in this third quarter. Looks like we won't be getting a running clock so far. 2 back deep once again for Lincoln East. A little bit of a different style of punting group. Looks like it's going to be number 6, Billy Stevenson, and number 8, Austin Schneider. Cole Payton looks to be the blocker. Marty Mormino is the punter. Cole Payton's going to take it himself for the fake. Throw it to the outside. Going to be a throw. I mean, it's going to be caught, but not enough for the first down. It looks like that might have been, you know, looks like that might have been somewhat of a smarter play. I mean,
there's a little telegraph.
Yeah, I mean, kind of telegraphed overall. I mean, Cole Payton out there, of course. But Lincoln East will start off at the 25-yard line. I mean, Mormino has the ability to kick it down in the 5-10 yard area.
Possibly just didn't want to risk that touchback, gaining all those yards back.
Yeah, possibly a good opportunity. 3 out wide to the left. Noah Walters in the shotgun by himself. He's going to roll it to the left. Throw out to the corner. Nothing there. Update over at Buell Stadium. Millard South taking a huge lead over Creighton Prep, 34-14. Of course, the winner of that game will play the winner here. Westside trying to hold off Lincoln East. 29-point lead so far here in the third quarter, but this third quarter has taken a while. Another 3 out wide to the left. Shotgun once again. Another passing route out to the outside and try to get to the corner. Looks like he was able to get the first down. And once again, it's Luke Greason with the reception.
Greasing out of bounds, but it is enough for a first down for the Spartans.
Warriors keeping most of their starters on defense on the field. Don't want to risk anything, especially up against a potent offense in Lincoln East. They've had a couple opportunities to come back in games. Lincoln Southeast earlier in the season was not able to do it. We'll keep it a 2-point game. Pass is incomplete to number 22, Bryson Van Meter.
Second down.
.128 left to go here in this third quarter. Got a lot left in this ball game. Back and forth these teams have went in the first half. I want to recap you there. Back and forth these two teams went. And Lincoln East surely looked to be somewhat of the more dominant team in that first half. Getting some big plays, getting some back and forth offense. But the Warriors have blown it open here in this third quarter. Big hit on the outside. What a hit from number 86, Taylor Bruver. Usually a long snapper for this team. Comes on as a defensive end, and a huge hit from the outside, making it 3rd and 18.
I mean, that's one of the few plays where just one Warriors defender was able to take down a Lincoln East player.
Yeah, especially working on that blind side. I mean, Walters has been really good to be able to work out of the pocket, been able to roll back and forth. And this is probably one of the best scramble drill offenses that I've seen in a while. 3 out wide to the right, another motion out to the right once again. Nobody there, but it's incomplete.
Pass intended for Van Meter is incomplete. Brings up 4th down for the Spartans.
Ball was dropped by Van Meter once again. There was just about nobody on that left side of the defense. I'd say literally about a 15-yard cushion. The front can't be quite happy with that possible opportunity. Kobe Bretz is going to be back once again. 44 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. High snap once again. Somewhat of a line drive kick. Brett's going to let it bounce and is going to let it go past him. Lincoln East will get a good roll, and we'll get it down to the 13-yard line. And that's where the Warriors will start it off here with 31 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. 49-20.
You said it a little bit before, but it amazes me that it's still the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long third quarter back and forth.
It's practically been the same amount of time as those first 2 quarters. At least it feels like it.
Yeah, I mean, that Bellevue West game started at 6 p.m. That one's been over for at least a half an hour now. Another offset I formation, a little bit of motion out to the left side. Avante Dickerson and Kobe Bretz will move to the left. Lincoln East's defense will move to adjust. Payton's going to take it himself with a blocker up the middle. Looks like Dominic Rizek of the block. But Cole Payton, another big run up the middle for over 10 yards. And Lincoln East, that is the one guy, I guess as well as Kobe Bretz, that these Spartans have just not been able to have an answer for.
That's right, 1st and 10.
He got into his head a little bit at the start of that first quarter, but he's really been able to calm down since, especially the start of the second half.
And I think that's really going to be the biggest thing that, NDSU is going to get out of this guy in Cole Payton. I mean, he's a really veteran guy. He's been a 3-year starter on the offensive side of the ball. And he was one of the best guys as a sophomore 2 years ago. That's going to end the third quarter. We're going to flip sides. 49-20 in favor of the Warriors. But I mean, going back to Cole Payton, I mean, back and forth. I mean, this guy, Cole has really not been truly as highly touted of a prospect, I guess, to the national exposure as many people around here would think. I mean, he got a lot of offers early from some FCS programs. But going to NDSU might be the most perfect fit for an offense that I've seen Cole Payton has an ability to do. NDSU has really been able to work a pass-dominant offense comparatively, but being able to have a guy that can run around and make some big plays in Cole Payton would be really beneficial for them. Of course, if you guys look at that quarterback room over at North Dakota State, currently Trey Lance is that senior. Of course, they don't have a season this year in FCS, but Trey Lance, that senior, is a junior from Iowa who is the backup currently, will be the starter next year. But other than that, Cole Payton will go in as only the second quarterback in the quarterback room at NDSU going into his freshman year. So, I mean, unless we see a transfer, he could very well possibly be a starter by his sophomore season.
And there's even a possibility that he takes over that starting position as a true freshman as well.
I mean, back
We've
and
seen
forth.
it a few times in these past few years. Adrian Martinez for Nebraska, Trevor Lawrence for Clemson. Obviously, they're very different programs, but there's always that possibility.
Cole Payton is a special player. He's been able to move it up across the middle. James Ross, the freshman, will gain about 1.5 yards. And check that. That's going to be Dickerson up the middle. Of course, Dickerson has been working back and forth a little bit at the running back position. We saw in that Norfolk game, I mean, 4 rushing touchdowns. He's really been able to do it. The skill, versatility that this team has had is really the reason why they're just 11 minutes from going to the state semifinals for back-to-back season. Payton's going to take it himself, going to take a punk fake. They're trying to scramble around once again, trying to get the outside, throw off a defender. Looks like there might be a holding call. Cole Payton will just throw it out of bounds.
Flag on the play.
Another Lincoln East defender hurt. Looks like it's going to be number 1, Noah Fisher. Got up slowly. Might be a block in the back. We'll see what the refs call it, but I mean, we keep telling us. I mean, the story of tonight has just been the penalties on both sides. Back and forth, these teams have gone a little bit, some jamming on some things. Some big plays being called back. The Warriors have really had one of their most sloppy games so far this season, even though they're up 29.
We got an illegal blindside block on the offense. That'll be half the distance to the goal. Repeat the down.
So the Warriors will move it back. 11:15 to go here in this fourth quarter. Warriors, most likely if this stands, which 29-point deficit isn't out of the picture for Lincoln East. But a lot of the backups already in for the Warriors. So let's say Westside goes on to this next week. Most likely from what we see at Buell Stadium, Millard South will be the winner there. Be a 2-3 matchup. Millard South was dominated by Bell West this season, but we don't really know exactly where to gauge that with Bell West's loss over to Kearney. Another floater out of the outside will be too long for Kobe Bretz. Payton, I mean, has taken more hits we've seen tonight than I think he has all season.
I mean, it really shows him kind of being uncomfortable in these types of situations. Not, like as you said, he hasn't really been pressured a lot. And in those few times he has been pressured all season, he's been able to make big plays out of it with his legs.
Which is really a big reason that he's had a couple big plays tonight too. But I mean, it's really been rough for Cole Payton tonight to really be able to set his feet in that pocket. Another man covered for the Spartans. Maybe a little bit of movement early. Kurt Kubridge is going to get nowhere. And it's going to set up a 4th and about 28. And the punt team will come on for the Warriors. We passed the 11-minute mark here in this fourth quarter.
For the Warriors.
Westside just 10 minutes away from pulling this one out. Once again, 2 back deep. And Schneider and Stevenson once again for Lincoln East. Mormino gonna punt it away. And East, long snap over the cross. Gonna be a safety. Not quite sure if that was on a play call or what, but another really bad snap up across the middle. Taylor Brewer not happy with himself with that snap. $10:30 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Safety's going to put 2 more for Spartans. So it does make it a 3-score game.
Warriors need to get back on top. Huge disappointing drives. You couldn't really call them drives, I guess. Just going backwards.
Punting. And back deep is Stevenson.
We've seen a lot of sloppy play from these Warriors. I mean, we said it all night. A lot of penalties, a lot of back and forth game. And these Warriors have really never been truly comfortable throughout this entire night. Of course, the punt will be at about the 20-yard line. of the Warriors. Looks like it'll be just a plain kickoff. We'll look back at the NSAA rules. Looks like it's just going to be a straight kickoff. No punting attempts here in Class A football. Mormino will kick it away.
So Mormino on.
10:30 left to go here in this fourth quarter.
Squib kick picked up by number 48, Amir Mujukic.
Sinrod Haywood with the tackle on number 40, Ethan Harris.
Oh, my apologies. Ethan Harris with the run.
Yeah, try to cut out to the to the inside, unable to do anything there. But Lincoln East will start it off at the Warrior 48. Another good starting field position for the Spartans.
Warriors need a very good defensive drive here.
Dickerson tried to jump the route a little bit, almost tried to flip over, wasn't able to quite do it. But a gain of about 2 yards for Lincoln East. They need a big drive here and a quick drive if they want to get back any contention in this game. Only a 3-score ball game. That 2-point attempt making it a 17-point ball game back and forth. Wind has died down a little bit, so a field goal opportunity wouldn't be too much. 2's on each side. Be a screen pass out of the left side to Carter Glenn once again. Push down. We'll see if he's able to get to the first down. It's going to be close.
Brought down by Tommy Conley.
Looks like they're going to mark him short. Going to be a third and about a half a yard.
So the third and about a yard. It's third down.
9:33 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Lincoln East needs a big third down opportunity to stay in this ball game. Huge hit by Avante Dickerson on the left side.
Makes the tackle.
Wasn't enough for the first down. It will be.
On Van Meter. Gain him 2, we'll call it.
I guess there might have been some mess ups on the chain markers. That last play was a first down. Heard on both sides, and the PA announcer thought it was a third down. And overall, this game, we've been saying all night, it's just really been a sloppy night all around for the refs and for these two teams. But either way, it's going to be a 2nd and 8. Going to be 4 out wide, 3 out wide to the left. Lots of blitz. Walters was almost past the line of scrimmage. Going to put a great throw to Carter Glenn, who will get another first down and keeps the chains moving for these Spartans. 8:37 and counting left to go here in this fourth quarter.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line.
I mean, Lincoln East has really not been as fast up at the line. Of course, 3 scores is not unmanageable.
Miller South leading Creighton Prep 34-20 in the fourth.
But 3 touchdowns is something, it's a far deficit for these Lincoln East Spartans if they keep wanting to go in the huddle. Screen pass not going to work. Floater out to the outside. Will drop. Was to Glenn. Brett's on the coverage, but wasn't able to get anything there. It'll be 8-14.
Kind of looks like Carter Glenn was playing defense on that play.
Yeah, a little bit in his own. Wasn't able to really see that ball too much out the outside. Not a great throw. Looks like it was a little bit of a busted play. Tried to be a screen route to the inside. We've been seeing that a lot tonight from this Lincoln East offense. And it's going to be another spread out offense once again with Walters in the shotgun. He's going to take it, look for a bomb route to the end zone. Not going to be able to get anything. 2 Warrior defenders take him down. TJ Ingram is going to get the sack over on the left side. Ingram able to come to that inner side. It wasn't even a blindside hit like we've seen him have earlier. But him and a couple other Warriors defenders on it there. It's going to make it a 3rd and 18. First down marker is it just about the 14-yard line of the Warriors. Going to be a huge play if Lincoln East wants to keep it going. Of course, here it is easily 4-down territory. Walters going to step back, crossing around up the middle. Will be about a gain of 6. And Jackson McIntyre will make a tackle. It'll be 4th and 9 for Lincoln East. And this truly will be the tale of the day. Four wide once again, 2 out in the middle of the slot. Gonna be crossing routes up the middle. Walters trying to go to the outside. Huge hit. Kobe Bretz lowers the shoulder. We'll see where they'll mark him. It was close to a first down. They'll just be able to make it to the 11-yard line. Right on the first down marker. A huge hit from Kobe Bretz. 6:53 left to go here in this 4th quarter. Lincoln East taking their time on the sideline. I mean, down 3 scores. I mean, you would think they would have a little bit more urgency up at the line. Four wide once again. Walters takes it, looks right. Gonna cut across the middle, almost interception. Ben Radisha put his hands up, almost had it.
And pass intended for Glenn, incomplete, broken up by Radisha.
It's gonna be 2nd and 10.
2nd down.
From about the 12-yard line. Lincoln East really needs a quick touchdown here if they want to stay in this ball game.
I mean, this is kind of a little bit like the end of the first half. Lincoln East on the verge of a touchdown. Very, very good opportunity to score.
Gonna be the same setup, 2 out wide each side. But Lincoln East, Coach Gringery was not happy with the setup there. 6:27 left to go here in this 4th quarter. Lincoln East on the doorstep once again. We're going to take a quick break here on Warrior Television. And when we come back, we'll get to the end of the 4th quarter, and we'll give you guys your trivia question of the game. All right, so right before we get to this 2nd down opportunity, our trivia question of the game. Freund is coming to his 90th career win if he wins here the rest of the games here this season. Going to be passed out of the outside, dropped up, incomplete. Avante Dickerson tried to get his 2nd interception of the night. Once again, our trivia question of the game. What other Westside coach has more career wins than Brett Freund here at Westside High School? Was able to bring the Warriors to a state championship, was here almost his entire career, and was known as the face of Westside throughout much of his time here at Westside. Of course, hashtag Duncan Trivia on Twitter or Instagram. First correct answer will get a $10 gift card. We're gonna get back here to the ball game. Noah Walters gonna take it back on a 3rd down, try to throw it out to the outside, and it's caught. Ball is dropped down. We'll see if it was incomplete or a fumble. Referee doesn't know what's going on. Ball was dropped. Doesn't look like he was able to get quite to the end zone. He had 2 steps down. Looks like it might have been a fumble in the end zone. We're not seeing what the call is. A Warrior player is down in the field. But refs still taking their time to see what it is.
East fans are really letting their opinions be known.
From the 1-yard line for the Spartans.
Only really to their own fans.
Elkhorn South out in front of Lincoln Southeast, 28-7. And Millard, that is a final.
6:15 left to go here in the 4th quarter.
Leading Great Prep 34-20.
Gonna be officials timeout with the injury. Looks like Will Hurtado, who's been dealing with some of his ankle injuries, going to be able to be good to get back to the sideline. .6:15 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Lincoln East on the doorstep with a first and goal. Russ downed it at about the 1 yard line. Catch was made. Schneider was trying to put it over to the end zone. Was able to do it. Push up the middle. Will Walters be able to get in? Pyle will move it in for the end zone. As a touchdown for Lincoln East. It's back to a 2-score ball game. 2-point conversion here would make it a 19-point game. Or excuse me, yes, that actually would be correct, a 19-point game. Would make it, once again, a 3-score ball game. Check that. Ref still taking some time to be able to set this ball up. PAT is up and good.
Okay, good.
And you're going to make it a 20-point ball game. 6:12 left to go here in this fourth quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on Warrior Television to end off this fourth quarter. (49-29) in favor of the Warriors. This one just about wrapped up here at Phelps Field. Back and forth, these teams went in that first half with a huge third quarter by the Warriors. Was able to push open this lead. Of course, it was 21-7 at half. Felt a lot closer after that huge play at the end of the first half. Kick's going to go out to Avante Dickerson. Muffed it down, just going to fall on it. And the special teams game has really been important for both these teams. Almost had a kickoff return. Or they did have a kickoff return, Lincoln East. A punt return to about the 5-yard line from Kobe Bretz, and then a kickoff return for a touchdown. It was really big momentum for the Warriors to open it up wide. But alongside with that, the penalties have really been another large story here tonight. 115 total penalty yards on 12 penalties from the Warriors. Another 30 from Lincoln East. I mean, in that third quarter, a 28-point third quarter for the Warriors. And we were talking all night on that one. It's a long third quarter. Took over about an hour just to end that one off. Colby Brown will hand it off up the middle. Kurt Kubrich will gain about 1.5 yards. And the Warriors likely look to just work down this clock and help to keep their starters on the field.
I mean, Warriors really just need to burn clock at this point.
Yeah, especially in this kind of a game. I mean, this one is somewhat in the dagger. Bo Lucas looks like he's going to get off to the sidelines. And more injuries are not what the Warriors want to see going into the semifinals. Bunched up set once again. Colby Brown in the backfield, going to hand it off to Kurt Kubrich and try to get to the outside. Push back one defender. Will gain about 4. And I'll make it third and about 2 or 3. And looking into next week, final over there at Millard South. They take down Creighton Prep. So Westside with a 20-point lead, 5 minutes to go, will likely be able to pull this one out going up against Millard South. going into that game, a lot of gauging back and forth. We really kind of gauged that matchup up against the Bell West matchup where Bell West blew them out early in the season. But with a big loss against Kearney, I don't really know what to say about that gauging the style of offense. Kirk Kubrich is going to run it up middle once again. Going to get an opening. Going to get to the outside. Going to pass one defender. Another flag is down. Ball was almost stripped. But Kubrich will get down to about the 31. Looks like this one will come back once again for another penalty flag.
Flag on the play.
I mean, overall tonight, we really look at the stars of the game. I mean, not too much passing offense for these Warriors. Lincoln East has done a really good job at shutting down really any opportunity for Cole Payton to set his feet tonight.
Number 51, Westside. 10-yard penalty. Will still be a first down.
Looks like the call was on Kade Hardman once again. He has struggled tonight and getting some calls. Over 130 total penalty yards here tonight, the most the Warriors have had in the last 2 seasons. I mean, Cole Payton's been shut down to only 98 total yards passing on offense. Dominic Rizak has really been able to help out running-wise with another 172. Another benched up set. Trios out to the right side. Going to pitch out to Kirk Kubrich. Going to cut back out the middle. Will get nowhere. We'll lose about 2 yards.
Making the tackle is Fisher. Kubrich and Carey. Gain of 1, second and 9.
Burning time is really the name of the game, as I said. There's been about a minute and a half since the Warriors have started this drive.
Yeah, 4:11 and counting. Of course, the 35-point clock is not there. Wind here tonight has also been another factor. This game overall has really just been a back-and-forth kind of sloppy one and everything going on. Same setup. Colby Brown going to hand it off to Kirk Kubrich once again, and it'll go nowhere once again for a loss of about 2 yards, and it'll be 3rd down. But looking to next week, Westside going up against Millard South. Millard South runs that same style of offense, really all Millard teams,
That's the final timeout.
as Lincoln East calls their final timeout of the second half. I mean, looking to that one, they really run that same style of offense. A lot of Millard teams play with that kind of a not flex bone, but run dominant team overall. A lot of option, a lot of back and forth teams. They do pass the ball a little bit more than we've seen in Millard West and Millard North. But TJ Urbon is really the story to see over there at Millard South. D1 commit to Air Force, looking to possibly be a starter out there in this either freshman or sophomore season. And it's really just been all the offense that Millard South has been able to afford this season. They lost a couple guys on defense last year, so they really haven't had as strong of a defensive core. But the secondary has been something to look at when we look at it in the next week. Of course, that game next week, sadly, will not be on Warrior Television. The game will not be free as well. It'll be on the NFHS network. Still have to figure out, will be possible that we will be live streaming that ball game. That game will be on the NFHS network. Colby Brown going to step back to pass. Looking for a floater route out to the outside. Going to be caught. Anthony White will not be able to get to the first down, but about a gain of 12 as the clock continues to click with 3:36 left to go here in this 4th quarter.
An excellent pass by Colby Brown, really showing off that arm for the small amount of time he's been able to play. It's not been too bad.
Yeah, I mean, he's really been working in some of garbage time, if you want to say that, throughout this season. Warriors still going to punt it away. Only one back deep in Schneider for low snap once again. Marty Mornillo is going to have to go back to it, try to get the punt away. Not as good of a point as he wanted. And it's going to take a Lincoln East bounce out of bounds, and Lincoln East will start off at about 36. But going into next week, I mean, like we've been saying, I mean, Urbon is overall the star of that offense. He has the most passing yards. He has the most rushing yards as well on that team. The O-line is really the place that Millard South has been hit or miss. They've really been able to do well against some lower class teams, but up against some really good D-lines like we saw at a time in Bell West. They've really struggled. A little bit of a missed setup here for the Warriors on defense. Throw right across the middle. Will make it a first down, run it off. Even in garbage time, Point not quite happy with that play setup. Only had Kobe Bretts deep. And only one guy, one defender, two wide receivers on the inner sideline. Run's going to go up the middle for a gain of about 2. 2:41 left to go here in this fourth quarter. It'll be a timeout. Looks like it'll be an official's timeout. Looks like it'll be a leg injury. We're going to take a quick break with that timeout. Another Lincoln East player hurt, not what you want to see. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, 2:37 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Hopefully, we'll see number 50, Morgan Witherspoon, okay when we come back. Witherspoon able to get up quickly. Multiple runners thrown off. Pass across the middle. What a throw up the middle. Noah Walters still going to cut to the outside. Kobe Bretts gets a big hit. Schneider trying to get to the corner will get pushed out of bounds. And there's multiple flags once again down on the field. This one, we'll see what flags we'll see. We see 2. Might be offsetting calls. Saw maybe a possible hit on Kobe Bretts. Unlikely to be a blindside block. It was straight up on him. We'll see what the white cap calls it. Mic not working for the referee, but it looks like two penalties on the offense. Front will decline one of them. But still a lot of talking going on between the refs. .220 left to go here in this fourth quarter. So once again, looking at the Duncan trivia question once again. If you guys haven't sent anything out, once again, hashtag Duncan Trivia on Twitter or Instagram. First person to get this one correct gets a $10 gift card. The question, of course, what Westside coach has had, or excuse me, what Westside coach has the most wins in program history? Of course, Coach Freund looking to work back. Another penalty flag being thrown. We'll see what it's called. It's really confusing back and forth with the white cap and the far sideline judge. Not really able to get on the same page. It's going to be another flag on Lincoln East. They're going to move it back. Looks like possibly another sideline call. The second of the night for Lincoln East. Coach Gringery not been happy with the officiating tonight. Noah Walters going to step back, throw over to the left side. Big late hit from Tommy Connolly. Looks like they're not going to call him that outside. I mean, back and forth. I mean, these penalties have really been a rough one here tonight. But yeah, once again, going back to the Duncan trivia question once again. What coach has the most wins in Westside program history? Duncan trivia with that answer. First person to get it will get a $10 gift card. No, Walters will step back, looking for, going to step up in the pocket. He can cut out to the left side. Looks like he might have been past the line of scrimmage, but a good throw up across the middle. 2 number 10, McRae. Gonna make it a fourth down. We'll see if they move the chains. It's gonna be a close one. likely be about a 4th and 1.
So we're going to call it 4th.
4th and about a yard and a half. They'll push it the line up the middle and be a 1st down.
It's the Spartans 8 1st down.
Wind has been picking up here in this 4th quarter. No, Walter is still being pushed around in the pocket. Multiple defenders throw off his back foot. Will be incomplete. Minute 30 left to go here in this 4th quarter. Thank you guys for sticking around. Warriors, with this win, of course, will move on to Millard South. Game will be here for the semifinals. A win there would send the Warriors to the state championship. Back-to-back years hasn't been done since 1970, 1971. Noah Walters will throw across the middle once again. Will be complete. Will be close. Jackson McIntyre with the tackle. We'll see if it's either a 3rd and 1 or the chains will be moved.
Pass completed to Glenn. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down for the Spartans.
Noah Walters going to try to keep the play alive. Roll it to the right side. Another throw up the sidelines. Toe tap. Great catch by Glenn on the sidelines. What a play he has been able to make here tonight. Coming back, really helping out this Lincoln East offense this season. Makes them to play on the sideline. Going to make it another spread out option wide to the right side, 3 wide. Little screen pass over to the right side. We'll see if it was complete. It will be a gain of about 1. 56 seconds left to go here in this 4th quarter. We're getting closer to the end of this ball game. Crossing route up across the middle will be incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Brings up.
Gonna be a 3rd and 7. Warriors defense flips out once again. 45 seconds left to go here in this 4th quarter. Noah Walters will get thrown down by 2 Warrior defenders. Grant Gayette, the first one on him. They're gonna make it a 4th and long. 31 seconds left to go. Spartans trying to put something on the board before we end this game. Hustle to the line. Walters will step back, looking for a throw way out to the left side. Nobody even there. Looks like he wanted to see a fade route. The Warriors will take over on downs with 18 seconds left to go. And one kneel will end it. Of course, we want to look back at the Duncan trivia question of the game. Chad S. is our winner. Jack Morrissey was a Westside coach, longest tenured Westside coach for football. Had a great career, bringing multiple state championship, and made the state playoffs 16 out of his 18 years at Westside. I'm sure he would love to see this formation right here as the Warriors in win formation will head on to the state semifinals next week up against Millard South. Number 2 ranked Warriors take down these Spartans 49-29 in a back and forth battle.
Well, the horse sounds, and you see the score on the scoreboard. It's 49-29 in favor of the number 1 ranked Warriors. Congratulations to the Warriors. Again, congratulations to both teams on making it this far this season.
That'll be the end of the line for Lincoln East.
On behalf of all of us here from the Warriors,
a 7-3 record to end it off. Warriors, not probably the best sight to see here tonight, especially in that first half. There's a lot of glaring holes to fix going up against Millard South. But next week, it's going to be really important for them to work those throughout this week and fix to see what they can do to possibly make another run into the state championship.
I mean, personally, I've been saying this all season. I'm going to keep saying it until they fix it. It's got to be those penalties. I can't understate how obnoxious all those penalty calls were. So many were unnecessary. I don't really mean to be rude, I guess, but you get your starter, Kade Haberman, he's got to fix all those mistakes. He had 4 personal fouls of the exact same call. You can't have that, especially going deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, especially losing guys like that. I mean, late in this season, when you're 1 or more games going away from the state championship, back and forth. There's a lot of penalty calls on both sides tonight. There's no denying that on both sides. But a lot of small mistakes need to be fixed. There's a lot of frustration on that Warriors sideline in that first half, even though they were up 14. I mean, the score really doesn't fully announce what this game really was on both sides. But the Warriors do pull it out 49-29. Big win for them. They'll move on to Millard South next week. Number 2, number 3 matchup. The winner of that game, of course, will face off either against Lincoln Southeast, Elkhorn South, or Kearney. I didn't expect myself saying that when they went up against Bellevue West. We'll be back next week. Of course, next week's game with the NFHS Network owning all semifinal rights. That game will be on the NFHS. There will be a subscription to that game, but likely we will be on that call once again for next week's game. Westside, Millard South next week. 1 game away from another redemption tour to the state championship. Once again tonight, my name is Jaden Taylor. Alongside me tonight, Kade Martin. It's been a fun matchup, both sides. A lot of technical difficulties tonight, but able to get it through. We're looking to continue to add on to everything we do here at Warrior Television, add on to the experience for everybody, all of our viewers at home. It's been fun to watch. We'll be back next week, Millard South, Westside, when we're back. Thank you so much. Have a good night.